Okay, folks, it's the next day. We're back in here with Red. As you can see, we're on him. And you see he's a little antsy. He's dancing around a lot. I think what's happened with him is that he's been, of course, allowed to do too much. And so he's wanting to do whatever he's wanting to do. Won't stand still and everything. So we'll start teaching him some patience. Like right here, I'm not cueing the horse at all. He's just being naughty. No problem. So this is what we got. We're gonna walk him around this round pen, okay? And remember this, if you have a horse that does this, this is how you can check him, okay? And push him into the work, right there. See that? Now the horse has stopped and trying to take the bit from me and go that way. So what I wanna do is get after him, bump him a little bit, If it takes some spurs, maybe you can get some little dull spurs or something like that and get after him. If you have to, get his head around to not into your knee, but around to your knee. Give him a nice little love tap on his butt to push him in that direction. Because he's not allowed to make any decisions while you're riding. That's it. He can't make any decisions. Right now he's throwing his head or whatever, but he's going in the direction that I pointed him in originally. Okay? So we're gonna get Red. We're gonna get Red going. And I think what has happened, not unlike a lot of horses, right here, he's wanting to go. So I pushed him to make sure that he still stays in the direction that I'm going. But not unlike a lot of horses, Red is sour. That's all it is. He's not a problem. He's smart. I mean, he's super smart. Now this is a smart horse. Trust me. Now I've seen a lot of horses. This guy's smart. So you just gotta outsmart him. You gotta outthink him. So right when he's not thinking about turning around that way, I'll go that way, right? And he may be comfortable right here. If he tries it in this direction, I'll turn him around and go back the other way. What you're trying to do is change his mind. You change a horse's direction, control his feet, you change his mind. And so you control his mind, right? So I'm pretty sure you guys can understand that. If you were standing at a dead standstill, okay? If you were standing at a dead standstill and with your feet straight together and somebody pushed you in your chest with their finger, they can throw you off balance. What I'm trying to do is throw him off balance with his decision making, So keep a low hand set. Make sure that when you're riding these horses that are cutting up, don't put your hands way up here and way out to the side for, indirect rain or direct rain on them. Keep your hand in the box right here. There's a little imaginary box. Keep your hands right there and you can control them better. The lower you keep your hands, the lower his head set, and you can control a horse, of course, better when his head is down. When his head is up in the air, it's almost impossible to control him, So we're gonna stop Red right here in front of the camera. Whoa. Whoa. Now see, he's wanting to do his own thing, and I'm telling him whoa. He knows what whoa means, so I'm gonna bring him back up here and tell him whoa again. Now whoa. Now whoa, Red. Now whoa. Get back up there. Now whoa. Just put him right back where you want him at, and don't let him make his mind up to do anything. So here we go right here. If he don't want to stop, if he don't want to whoa, we're gonna work him. We're gonna bend that horse. Okay, we're gonna bend him. We're gonna bend him. He'll get tired of this. Okay, he'll get tired. He'll get tired of being bent. Now whoa. Okay. What we're trying to accomplish, control his mind and get him to calm down. That's all. His mind is racing, okay? His mind is just all over the place. He's thinking too much. So I'm gonna relax, take my legs off of him, make sure that I'm not applying any kind of pressure, and sit here and relax. Now he whoa right there, and that's a good deal, right? So don't get excited, don't get scared, hang on to your horse. A horse like Red now, of course, with the reining training, earlier on in his life, that sucker can spin, okay? It's a matter of you staying balanced straight up and down in the saddle, Don't lean or anything like that, because centrifugal force will split you away from the horse like a banana. And you're on the ground that way and the horse is running off the other way, so there you go. So we're gonna stop him right here. We're gonna hold him right here. And as soon as he's nice and still and quiet like I want him, I mean, I don't mind him looking around as long as he ain't moving. I didn't tell him to move. Now, we're gonna keep him right here. I'm not gonna give him any cues until he stops, okay? and then I can give him the cue to do the next thing. Right now, Red wants to go either left or right because he's standing in front of a fence. Well, let's change his mind. Let's do something different, what he wouldn't be expecting. Back up, back, 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 back. Now, whoa. Drop the reins down, take your legs off of him, give him a nice little pet, right? Walk him on off to the right direction here. And it don't matter what direction. If he wants to do that again, I'll bend him. Okay, I'll let him go ahead and spin in a circle, and then I'll tighten that circle until I can just bend the horse's head and get his head. Okay, so, and he's got like not a big issue, but he don't like the right. Even though he's span around that way, he don't like turning and bending his head to the right. Right here, he throws his head a little bit, you know. So I'm gonna keep him walking in a nice, you know, nice size circle. You know, maybe about a 12-foot circle, nothing super big or super small, super tight. We're just gonna make him bend right here, you know. And as long as he's walking in that circle and he's not cutting up and throwing his head, that's my cue to stop him, and stop him on a good note. Remember that. You always want to stop these guys on a good note. That is everything. That is very important. We're going to straighten him out right here and just let him walk on out. Walk back up here where we started at, where we started our conversation at. Whoa, right there. Now, whoa. If he wants to do his little jiggly dance again, we'll do the same thing over again, and over and over and over, however many times it takes. Now, whoa, right there. We're going to give him a pet because this is what we're saying. Whoa, the horse understands that, you know. So now, you know, so if he don't want to, he don't want to be still, I'm going to bend this horse. But I'm not going to let him spin around this time. I'm going to bend him to me, okay? Now, he's thinking about spinning, okay? Remember, keep your heels down. Keep your heels low. We'll probably start doing some lateral flexion, some bending on him, bending his head around from the ground. You know, whoa. He's doing too much. He's thinking too much. Okay, of course, from his reining training, you know, he's probably thinking that I'm wanting him to spin. Okay, so he doesn't need to spin right now. I just want him to stop and whoa. You know, right here is a good whoa, right? So we're relaxed. Whenever he gives it to me, what I've asked for originally, that's when I'll go ahead and give him a nice little reward and tell him to go ahead and relax, Red. It ain't no big deal. You know, nobody assassinated the president or anything like that yet. Don't put that out there, but at any rate, you know, he's just one of these horses that I think he's just gotten a little sour, you know. So he needs to be taken away from what he's normally used to and put into something else. Like, you know, maybe going down a trail ride, you know, walking around the farm and just relaxing, you know, and start working on his head and everything, and let him know that you don't have to get excitable. You don't have to get excited. Remember, horses have two sides to their brain. The right side, which is the reaction side, and the left side, which is the thinking side, you know? And you definitely want him thinking on that side over there. You don't want him reacting while you're in the saddle. Unless you ask him to react, like run, lope, whoa, you know, trot, you know, these different cues, you know. So as long as he's doing the right thing, I can't reward him enough. You can't reward him enough. But if he wants to step off, I'm gonna pull him right back around over here. Now remember, Red is, like all horses, herd animals, okay? He knows those horses are back there. You know, I got 5, 6 mares over here, you know, like 4 or 5 mares back here. And so his attention is gonna be over there. If you have a horse that is backing up and walking sideways with you and not wanting to go and burying themselves in the dirt and stopping and not wanting to give you any forward motion, and they only want to move back to where they live, their pasture or their barn, they're getting soured, okay? You can't let them do it. Once you let them do it once, all it takes is that much. Don't take much. It takes about that much. And when they do it once, they'll want to do it 100 times until you correct the problem. You, if you let them get away with it, you create the problem. And then you're a part of the problem, not the solution. You know, so it's not the horse. I mean, you know, you just got to outthink the horse, okay? So this is getting a little dust dark. You know, I just wanted to show you a real quick video from yesterday where he was at in the lunge, and today. Now, yesterday you saw when I was lunging him around to the right, you remember Red tried to dart out and throw his head back to the round pen, back up and go back the other way. What did you see with me in the saddle, huh? he did it the same way. In that direction, he wanted to kind of, throwing his head around a little bit. He's got something on his mind going around to the right side. With a little work, patience, perseverance, we'll get all that off of him. Till the next time, Cowboy Mike. Be safe.